This is the R.D. Sharma solution, class 12, chapter 1, relations, exercises 1.2. So the first question is, show that the relation R defined by R equals. So what is the relation? Let me write it. So this is R equals. This will always be an ordered pair, A comma B, and where A minus B is divisible by 3. By 3, I'll just write in short. And this A and B belongs to Z. Z is set of integers. Now, the next 5 questions, actually 6 questions, are like this. So you have to understand it very, carefully. So reflexive, what do? Wherever B is there, you put A minus A. So A minus A is divisible by 3 or not? Let us see. 0. And 0 is divisible by every number. Every number. Okay, 0 by anything, 0 by 3 is 0. Anything which is having a numerator as 0 will always count to 0. So this is reflexive. It is divisible by 3. Now symmetric. Now I'm just replacing A with B, B with A. So A minus B divisible by 3. Assume it to be divisible by 3. Let us see B minus A is there or not. So B minus A. Now A minus B is divisible by 3. So say 1 is 6, 1 is 3. 6 minus 3. So 3 is divisible by 3. 3 3 is a 1. And when we replace the number, that is A with B, B with A, 3 minus 6 is minus 6, minus 3. This is divisible by 3. Okay. So 1, and this will give you minus 1 only, but still it will be divisible. Or you can also think B minus A, you can write it as negative of A minus B, and since A minus B is divisible by 3, minus will not have any effect. The number is main. So from this it is clear that it is symmetric also. Now coming to the third part, which is transitive. Let me tell you again, the next 5-6 questions are like this only, right? Now transitive. So transitive, we assume that we take 3 numbers here. A minus B is divisible by 3, B minus C is divisible by 3. We assume this. And then we have to prove, or we have to see whether A minus C is divisible by 3 or not. Right? So how to do this? See, A minus B is divisible by 3. That means it has to be a multiple of 3. It has to be a multiple of 3, then only it will be divisible by 3. So let us write it as a 3 into some constant. Any constant you can take. P I am taking, you can take X, Y, whichever you want. Similarly, B minus C is also divisible by 3. So let us assume it to be 3 into something. Let us say 3 into Q. Okay. Now let us add them. Please I upon A minus C. We need A minus C. That is why we are adding. A minus B plus B minus C. What do you get? This is 3P plus 3Q. And I am taking 3 common. So BB gets cancelled, A minus C, 3 common. And P plus Q, because P is constant, Q is constant, which we have taken only by ourselves. So P plus Q is also constant. Let us say it is K. So it doesn't matter what is the constant, but the thing matter is, it is 3 into something, 3 into constant. So A minus C divided by 3 is some constant. So it is A minus C is divisible by 3. You are getting some constant. So because it is all 3, it is an equivalence relation. Equivalence relation means it has to be reflexive, it has to be symmetric, it has to be transitive. Right? So this was, the first question was CBSE 2008. Okay, please remember this has already come in CBSE 2008. Next one is NCERT question. Absolutely same as the previous one. Only 3 is changed by 2. Okay. Show that the relation R on the set Z of integers given by. So again the set is Z, that is the integers, and the relation is given by like this. Relation, if you understand the relation, if you can write the relation, if you can decipher the relation, the question will be solved very easily. So here 2 divides A minus B, that is simply a minus b is divisible by 2, or a minus b is a multiple of 2. Same thing. Every sentence is same. Here divisible by 3, multiple of 3. Here also it is divisible by 2 we have to. So first let us start with the reflexive. So a minus a, as I said, 0. 0 is 0 by anything is 0 only. So it is reflexive. Okay. 2 is dividing this a minus a. Symmetric. Now replace a minus a and b. Replace a with b, b with a. So a minus b is 2, b minus a is what? You can write it as minus b minus a. When a minus b is divisible by 2, let us say it is 2 into some q. So minus a minus b, you can put a minus b as 2q here. So it is minus 2q, you are getting some constant. So it is having 2, that is, it is multiple of 2 or divisible by 2. Transitive means what? A minus b, b minus c. If it is divisible by 2, a minus b can be written as some 2q or 2p. Take any constant, it is up to you. B minus c I have taken as 2q. Now just add these two. A minus b plus b minus c is 2p plus 2q. This bb cancels, you get a minus c. So you can take 2 common, p plus q inside, let it be some constant. So a minus c divided by 2 is some constant. So a minus c is divisible by 2. So it is transitive also. Same question, just a twist of number. Question number 3, same as the previous 2 Prove that the relation R on Z is again integers, defined by a minus b is divisible by 5. And there is a question coming where we have to prove a minus b is divisible by some n. Okay, these are the specific cases. One question we are going to see just later on, which is a generalized case. Okay, so a minus b is divisible by 5 or 2 or 3 or n. So I am just saying transitive because reflexive and symmetric you will be able to do. I hope you will be able to do. So I am just saying transitive. A minus b is 5p. B minus c is 5q. A minus b plus, I am just adding these two. So 5p plus q, I am saying p plus q is some constant. So just cancel bb, a minus c, and this is going to be 5 into some constant. So it is divisible by 5. Same as the previous one, 2, 3, 5, it doesn't matter. The next question is also the important question. The important part is, first was CBSE 22008, second was NCRT, and the third, which we just saw, a minus b divisible by 5, is CBSE 2010. Question number 4. Now this is the generalized form of the previous 3 questions. Previous 3 questions were specific. So let n be a fixed positive integer. Define a relation R on Z as follows. So 2, 3, 5, we will generalize it. A comma b, it belongs to R, and this implies only when a minus b is divisible by n. Is divisible by n. Okay. So how to do this? A minus b is divisible by n. Reflexive means what? You just put a as b, this b as a. So a minus a is 0, and 0 is is always divisible by any number. So n also it is divisible. This is reflexive. Now coming to the symmetricity. Symmetricity is what? Just replace a by b, b by a. So a minus b is divisible by n. So let us say it is n into some, say p into n, or n into p, and b minus a. Now b minus a can be written as minus a minus b, and in place of a minus b you can always replace this pn. So what does it mean? Minus pn. So it is divisible by n. You are seeing n, so it is divisible by n. Okay. So this, you can also write it as minus a minus b. Since a minus b is divisible by n, minus a minus b is divisible by n. Now reflexive symmetric we have done. Let us say transitive. So a, b, c we take 3, same as we have done earlier. A minus b is sub p into n. Because it is divisible by n, we are assuming it to be. B minus c is also, we are assuming q into n. And just add these two, assume it to be 1 and 2 equation. Add it, a minus b plus b minus c is going to be pn plus qn. And you can take constant p plus q. Okay, P plus Q can again be a constant, so Nk. So just cancel this BB, A minus C. A minus C is equal to Nk. So it is, when you have N, that means it is divisible by N. Okay. So this is a generalized case of previous 3 questions actually. So now question number 5. So let me tell you again, equivalence relation are those relations which are reflexive, symmetric and transitive. So now we have, let Z be the set of integers, show that the relation R, because if you know, set is all what defines a question. So here the set is Z, which is integers. Relation is R equals A comma B, where AB belongs to Z and A plus B is even. So this Z is integer and we have to see whether it is equivalence relation or not. A plus B is even. Okay. Always keep in your mind this Z and then keep an eye upon A plus B. So reflexive A plus B, you have just to check A plus B. Now just replace a B by A. So A plus A is 2 into A. When you have 2, that means it is even. Every number which is multiple of 2 is even. For example, 4 can be written as 2 into 2. 8 can be written as say 2 into 4. 16 can be written as 2 into 8. 5 cannot be written as 2 into something. Neither 13 can be written. So they are odd numbers. So anything which has 2 as the multiple is divisible by 2 and it is even. Okay. Now coming to symmetric. This is not transitive, this is symmetric. So A, I am exchanging the position of A and B. So A plus B, and assume it to A plus B, assume it to be 2 into something, because we are assuming it to be divisible by 2 or even. So what about B? I am replacing A by B and B by A. So B plus A, just change the positions, you will get A plus B only, and that you can always write it as 2k. So A plus B and B plus A both are divisible by 2, or you can say they are even. They are even. Multiple of 2. Right? Okay. I just replaced A and B and I got that it is even. Now coming to the transitive. Okay, we already done symmetric. Let me change it to symmetric. Now transitive. Transitive, what we have to do? We take A, B, C, 3. So A plus B, this we have to assume that this is some 2p because it is even. B plus C is some 2q. Okay. Okay, now you can add them. See, these two equations, whether we have to subtract, whether we have to add, this all depends on what do we want. Because we need A plus C, because this A plus is there. So we have to add. Otherwise, in previous question, we have subtracted. So let us add these two, and now what do we get? Because there is a slight question. If we add, do we get something with 2? And what will happen with 2b? Because if we add, we'll get 2b. And we need 2. So, and we are also getting A plus C. So I'm just assuming it to be 1 and 2. And I'm adding it, A plus B. From here I get B plus C. And then this is 2p plus 2q. So 2p plus 2q I can write. Okay. Now if you see here, we get 2b, A plus C plus 2b. Now since we have 2b and we don't need 2b, we can just transfer it here. So, and we need A plus C. So it is 2p plus 2q plus minus 2b. So now you can take 2 common. Whatever is inside, we don't worry. P plus q minus b, we are not worrying about this. We are worrying that it is 2 into something. So we know that A plus C is even because it is multiple of 2 and something. I hope you got the idea. A plus C is 2 into something. The something is P plus Q minus B. So it is transitive also. So this is an equivalence relation on this set Z. Now question number 6. M is said to be related to N if M and N are integers and M minus N is divisible by 13. Does this define an equivalence relation? Now as I said, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the questions we have done, they are exactly like this. Now we have just changed the number or the values as not a and b but m and n, and the number by 13. I hope you got the idea. If you understood question number 1 till 4, this is exactly like this. M minus n divisible by 13. So reflexive, let us check. Just replace m with n and this n with m. Let us say n with m. So 0 is always divisible by 13. Symmetric is I am replacing m with n and n with m. So I am just changing the position. M minus n is what? This is going to be m minus n. This is 13 say into some constant k. So m minus n you can always write it as n minus n can be written as minus m minus n, and you can always write it as 13k. So it is also divisible by 13. Coming to transitivity, m minus n. Now I am taking 3 m and o. See, because the question is saying and the solution also I provided is having o, that is why I am writing o. But you can o always confuses with 0. So always take something else. M minus n is say 13 into p and n minus o is something 13 into say any constant 13 into q. This is random I am taking. Now just add them. M minus n plus n minus o is going to be 13 p plus 13 q. Because m minus o we want. So we want m minus o to be 13 into some constant. So when we add them, we get 13 p plus q. N gets cancelled. M minus o is 13 into some constant. Okay. So now this is transitive also. Same as the earlier ones. Okay. 4th till 4th and the 6th. So 5 questions are exactly similar. This is 7th question. And this is an NCERT question. Please remember, 7th question is NCERT question. I am just suggesting those who are doing NCERT also and RD Sharma also, they don't have to do it because RD Sharma is having all the NCERT questions. So don't worry about NCERT. All questions are here. Now let R be a relation on the set A of ordered pair or pairs of integer defined by xy related to uv if and only if xv equal to yu. Show that R is an equivalence relation. Right? Okay. So just understand that what kind of relation it is. Because here ordered pairs are related. Means in a relation there are ordered pairs. And these ordered pairs are related to each other. Not the elements of the ordered pair. That is ordered pair related. And how they are related? X, Y, U, V. So the extreme one, X into V, if you multiply them, it is equal to the internal multiplication, Y into U. Okay. X into V is Y into U. So we assume it to be, I am starting with the reflexivity. Now assume it to be AB related to, now we have XY and UV. Now when we are taking reflexivity, it will be XY related to XY. I am just saying it to be AB. You can assume it to be XY, you can assume it to be AB. But they have to be related to it themselves. So XY related to XY. So I just replace XY, UV here with XY. Because in a reflexive relation, A is related to A itself. So how this will hold? When the extreme multiplication X into Y, X into Y, I am just multiplying the extreme one which is X and Y and the internal one which is Y into X. But XY is equal to XY. This is true. So you get reflexive. Coming to symmetric. Now symmetric is saying if XY is related to UV, then UV should also be related to XY. So UV should also be related to XY. Now how this is related, we know already, question is given, XV is UY. Here also you get X, this U into Y related to V into X, U into Y related to V into X, and that is exactly similar to the first one. Just the positions are changed, left hand side, right hand side are changed. I am just changing the LHS and RHS. So they both are same. So this is also true. Coming to the transitive one. Transitive, I am taking now 3 ordered pairs. 3 ordered pairs. So XY is related to UV and say UV is related to say PQ. So we need to find out the way that XY should be related to PQ. Then only we'll say that it is a transitive. Right? Okay. So how is XY related to UV? X into V is equal to Y into U. Here second one, U into Q is related to V into P. Now in order to get this, just multiply, because we need X into Q equals Y into P. This is what we want for transitivity. Now we'll multiply these two. XV with UQ, multiplying LHS and then equating it to multiplying by RHS. So UY into VP, I'm just cancelling UV here, UV, you get XQ equals YP. So this is what we got. This is the same thing. This means, this ensures that XY is also related to PQ. These three all, so this is an equivalence relation. Question number 8 we are taking now. Show that the relation R on set A. So set A is bounded here. And when the boundary is given, we always check that X should not go beyond the boundaries. So X is belonging to Z, that is the integers, and X is bounded by 0 and 12. And there is a condition of relation which is given by A comma B, and A is equal to B. Relation is A equals B, and we have to see whether it is equivalence relation or not. So reflexive, in always reflexivity, we always replace B by A. So A equals B, I am replacing B by A, so A is equal to A, this is reflexive. A is equal to A. Symmetric, now I am replacing A with B and B with A. So if A is equal to B, I am replacing position of A and B. So B will be equal to A here. And this is same. If you say 2 equals 2 or 2 equals 2, either side, they are always equal, transitive. Now A is equal to B and B is equal to C. Do we get A equals C? Now this is very obvious. If A is equal to B, B is equal to C, A has to be equal to C. This is very obvious, right? So A equals C is obvious here. So A comma C also belongs to that relation if AB and BC are belonging to that relation. This is transitive also. Okay, there is one more part which is being asked here, is find the set of all elements related to 1. Now if you see here, this is an equality relation. So 1 can be only related with 1. 1 cannot be related to 2 or any other number which is between 0 and 12. Why? Because if you say 1 is equal to 2 and 2 is equal to 1, 1 is equal to 1, that is not going to be the solution. You will always get, because this is equality, please remember, this is equality, and when you have an equality, you will always get the same number. So when the question is asking, find the set of all elements related to 1, you are only interested in 1 and you will only get 1 because it is an equality relation, A equals B. You, in any way, in any chance, you won't get anything else. So let me prove it. Well, it is very obvious, but in order to, in the examination, you have to write. So what do you write? 1 equals 1, reflexive, 1 equals 1, 1 equals 1, this symmetric also, 1 equals 1, 1 equals 1, 1 equals 1, then only 1 equals 1. So there is no other number which can be related to 1 as far as A equals B is concerned. So 1 is the answer. So the set of all elements related to 1 in this particular case is only 1. You can only relate 12 with 12, 0 with 0. So 1 is the only relation. Okay, this exercise has around 16 questions and half of them we have taken. So half of them we are going to take in the next discussion. Okay, till then, thank you so much. Take care of yourself.